Hey everybody, before we get started, I just want to say thanks once again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. That's right, Squarespace, a leader in the web design industry for over 20 years. And now they've given everyone a tool that makes building a professional website easier than ever: Design Intelligence. All you have to do is describe your business, choose your preferences, and select your favorite colors, and Design Intelligence will handle the rest, creating a completely customized site loaded with all the features you need. If you're a creator, Squarespace offers tons of amazing tools to showcase your work. Whether it's music, painting, or maybe you just want to talk about your favorite weird movies like me. You can even set up an exclusive members-only section to give premium content to paying customers. Squarespace also simplifies selling products, whether they're handmade or digital. Everything from listing items, managing inventory, and tracking shipments is streamlined to ensure your customers get their orders smoothly. So if you're somebody who wants to join the thousands of other people who've used Squarespace to make their dreams a reality, just go to squarespace.com/brandintennald or click the link in the description and sign up for your free trial. Then, when you're confident your site's ready for launch, use the promo code BrandonTennald for 10% off your first purchase. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, after a bit of a break, time to start a new year of videos. I've done dinosaur movies, I've done parodies, so what better way to kick off 2025 than with a parody that has dinosaurs in it? Caveman is a 1981 prehistoric comedy that was the directorial debut of Carl Gottlieb, a screenwriter who co-wrote stuff like Jaws and The Jerk. Gottlieb was a fan of caveman flicks like 1 Million Years BC and When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, and with wacky parodies like Airplane and various Mel Brooks flicks being popular in the early 80s, it seemed like the perfect time to do a caveman comedy. It's also notable for having former Beatle Ringo Starr in the lead role. Yeah, in addition to his music career, Ringo also dabbled in acting, appearing in such classics as Candy, Sextet, and Son of Dracula. Alright, maybe those movies I mentioned aren't exactly classics, but point is Ringo was in them. So as a result, we got Caveman, which came with the tagline, "Back when you had to beat it before you could eat it." Okay, that kinda sounds like the tagline to a caveman porno spoof, but whatever. Oh well, I guess that's still more tasteful than this other poster that shows the cast getting dino sharded on. And if anyone still went into this thinking this was gonna be a serious caveman movie, check out how it begins. Alright, that's pretty funny. Yes, it was a simpler time. Hunting still hadn't been invented yet, so people mostly spent their time gathering. Ringo plays our main character, Atuk, who's something of a misfit and doesn't get much respect from other members of his tribe. Well, it could be worse. At least they're not arguing over whether Paul or John was the best Beatle. And here's a twist. While most old caveman movies either featured real lizards or stop-motion animated dinosaurs, this one actually features a stop-motion animated lizard. The dinosaurs in this movie were designed by Jim Danforth, who also did the effects for When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, which, as I said in my video on that movie, featured stop-motion dinosaurs that were on par with Ray Harryhausen's best work. Because this is a comedy, the dinosaurs here are a lot sillier and not exactly realistic, but the animation's still well done for the time, and it has a lot of charm to it. Whenever you ask people what they remember most about this movie, it's usually either Ringo or the dinosaurs. Jeez, will somebody call Reb Brown to take care of this thing and cut up the choice meats? You know, if it weren't for the googly eyes on this thing, this part would actually kind of fit in a real caveman movie. Oh, thank God, it didn't get Ringo. Now we won't be deprived of his Christmas album. They told me, ba-da-ba-bum-bum, a newborn came to see, ba-da-ba-bum-bum. Okay, not as good as Christopher Lee's version of Little Drummer Boy, but hey, few things are, right? Alright, as far as the plot and character setup for this movie goes, Atuk's only friend is Lar, played by Dennis Quaid, who ends up getting left behind by the rest of the tribe for being shitty at hopscotch. He also has the hots for Lana, played by former Bond girl Barbara Bach, but she's already with the cave alpha male, Tonda, played by football player John Matuzak, who some of you might know better as Sloth from the Goonies.
Lana. Tonda.
Oh man, Lana's never gonna pick me over him. I mean, the guy wears Cro-Magnon-sized condoms. I can't compete with that. The people of this tribe might seem a little dumb, but they're busy working on stuff. See, look, this guy just invented bulimia. And Atuk's busy thinking of different ways he can mac on Lana.
Atuk alunda Lana. Lana alunda Atuk.
Lana, however, still decides to stick with Tonda. Well, joke's on him, though. After meeting on the set of this movie, Ringo and Barbara Bach ended up getting married in real life shortly after the movie came out. Alright, enough of that. Let's get back to more dinosaurs. You know, considering dinosaurs are related to birds, that thing probably should have sounded more like a chicken. Okay, never mind. Turns out the movie does that joke too. And if you didn't know what mental state you should be watching this in, the movie makes that abundantly clear. Hell, even the movie's trailer straight up tells people that.
They don't call it the Stone Age for nothing.
Damn, the last time Ringo got this baked, he ended up writing Octopus's Garden. It also gives him another idea. See, he just invented edibles. Unfortunately, even back then, people misjudged how strong they were and ended up passing out. And see if you can guess what this leads to. That's right, a fun date rape scene. Okay, I see this takes place before consent was invented. However, Atuk's attempt to play Caveman Cosby with Lana doesn't quite go as planned, so instead he's forced to invent dry humping. Something tells me Tonda isn't going to be too happy about this. Jeez, you drug and try and have your way with a guy's girlfriend one time, and they never let you hear the end of it. Well, cheer up, Atuk. You may have been kicked out of the tribe, but maybe you can find a Darth Vader mask out here and try again with Lana using the Revenge of the Nerds method. Or just reunite with Dennis Quaid.
La!
So are they about to beat it and eat it with each other now? What the hell is going on?
Ow!
Oh, wait, never mind. They were just busy inventing the bro hug and spinal adjustments at the same time. Now that they're back together, Lar can give Atuk some advice regarding Lana.
Atuk alunda Lana.
Nya, Lana alunda Tonda.
Hey, forget about Lana, alright? Lar's been busy inventing a fleshlight using a seashell and some bacon grease. Anyway, after these two finish reminding me of other movies I should probably do on this channel someday, Atuk and Lar run into some other cave outcasts. There's Tala, played by Shelley Long, and a blind man named Gog, who I think is supposed to be Tala's father, but I'm not really sure. Here's a bit of trivia. At her audition, Shelley Long didn't speak any words, and instead answered everything with a series of grunts. Alright, well, she got the part, so I guess it worked. And whoa, what the hell are you doing? I know a zillion years ago was a different time, but you didn't have to put on tar face. You know, I just realized we're 25 minutes in and we haven't had much more stop-motion dinos. Hey, that's more like it. Here's another fun fact. When Jim Danforth showed Ray Harryhausen this T-Rex model, Harryhausen hated it and thought it looked pregnant. Oh, I don't know, even as a kid I kinda thought this was supposed to be a fat, elderly T-Rex. So I think the design works. One thing's for sure, he really likes it when the old man touches his, dinosaur crotch bulge. Whoa, not so rough, pal. I've mentioned before that one of the things that separates good animation from bad animation is adding little touches and giving the monsters character. This movie definitely does that, having the T-Rex do things like lick its lips and rub its hands together. The dinosaurs in this movie are basically cartoon characters, so might as well go that extra mile and have them mug for the camera. Anyway, Atuk gets the T-Rex to go away after piercing one of its nipples. If only Tala had a way to thank him.
Atuk, Tala, Zug Zug.
Atuk Tala Zug Zug?
Now, I'm just guessing here, but I think Zug Zug is the caveman word for snoo snoo. However, Atuk still only wants to Zug Zug with Lana. That makes sense. Like I said, Ringo and Barbara Bach ended up getting married in real life. Tala should see if there's a Neanderthal Sam Malone out here. After all, Ted Danson already kinda looks like a caveman. And in case anyone still didn't know this is a comedy from the 80s... Oh wow, I really wish I had some cave Cialis right now. Of course, Atuk still has Tonda to deal with, but you know what they say. If at first you don't succeed, wait until she's asleep and kidnap her against her will. Oh, I get it. First you were mad when I drugged and tried to assault your girlfriend. Now you're mad that I'm trying to kidnap her. You know, you're a real jerk-off, Tonda, you know that? Oh well, forget about that. Not only does Atuk stumble upon another group of outcasts, but we also get more Jim Danforth stop-motion dinosaurs, which are the best part of this movie, even if he's technically not listed in the credits. Yeah, the story behind that is, Danforth was originally supposed to have a co-directing credit along with Gottlieb, but when the Directors Guild of America objected to this, Danforth left the movie about 2/3 of the way into production. As a result, the remainder of the effects were overseen by David Allen, who's another guy who showed up on this show a bunch of times. Well, I guess that explains why Ray Harryhausen was never listed as a co-director on any of his movies. Even though he probably should have been. Alright, so while Atuk and his new tribe are busy trying to find shelter from some stock footage lightning, he makes another important discovery. Hey, I just had a great idea. We could use this to burn those plants we saw earlier. Alright, now all they gotta do is invent some hot dogs and they can get this prehistoric weenie roast started. In the meantime, though, they find even more cave misfits, including one that talks really funny.
Bull? Bull, no. Food. That's fire. Bobo? Friend.
Come on, man. How am I supposed to put fake subtitles over that? Anyway, while Atuk is busy inventing choking the chicken, which is a joke I'm kind of surprised the movie didn't make, he also gives the world the gift of music. Fun fact, Ringo wrote Photograph using the same process. Damn, the only thing this scene's missing is some dancing Ewoks. Alright, now that they got done partying like it's 1,000,099 BC, time for Atuk to go drain the lizard and then run away from this terrible one. Considering there's very little dialogue, a lot of the humor in this movie is slapstick-based, and weirdly enough, a lot of the best stuff comes from the stop-motion dinosaurs. Of course, there are also a lot of silent movie-style gags from the humans, too, like when they find a giant egg only for Tonda's tribe to come along and steal it from them, which causes the movie to go into full Benny Hill mode. Jesus, even the people in this movie seem stop-motion animated some of the time. By the way, where did this giant egg come from, anyway? Alright, you all know what I have to do here. Congratulations, everybody, you just invented the fried egg. Now all they need to do is find a giant piece of toast to dip in it and they'll have a complete breakfast. As much as this movie is just a collection of gags and sketches that could pretty much go in any order, there is something resembling a plot here. Kinda. Sorta. For example, Tonda's tribe steals some of Atuk's fire and puts theirs out, and as a result, they have to go on a quest to get it back. It kinda reminds me of another Caveman movie from the 80s. What was it called? Pilgrimage for Flame? I'm sure I'll think of it later. Also, in addition to the slapstick, if you were wondering what some of the other humor in this movie is like...
Doo-doo!
Caca.
Shit.
A lot of it's like that. Well, okay, there's also some sex and drug jokes in there too. This was back when you could actually put that kind of thing in a PG-rated movie, as opposed to now where it's just a rating they give out to kids' movies, because apparently the G rating doesn't exist anymore. For example, when they end up getting chased by the T-Rex again, what's the best way to get rid of him? By getting him T-Wrecked on weed berries, that's what.
Huh?
Hey man, have you ever looked at your hands and realized just how short and tiny they really are? Yeah, let's see you walk the dinosaur now, bitch. Okay, so they got their fire back, but wait, there's still half an hour left. Where'd they go from here?
Lana.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Atuk still wants to show Lana Pebbles and Bam Bam. That's what he calls his dick and balls. And he almost gets a chance when he saves Lana from drowning, but in the process, Lar falls in the water and ends up getting washed away into a nearby ice age? So what, is this movie operating on 10,000 BC logic now? They can completely change environments just by walking a few feet? Okay, to be fair, this movie is a lot less silly than 10,000 BC. Oh man, out of all the things I could have discovered, why'd it have to be shrinkage? I already mentioned Ewoks, so I guess it's appropriate this movie has a Wampa in it. In any case, Atuk seems to be hitting it off with Lana. Screw Paul, I always thought you were the cute one in the Beatles.
Lana.
Uh-oh. I think Tala might be getting a little jealous. Atuk might finally get to zug Lana when she's actually awake this time. First, though, they better try and find Lar. Remember, everybody, watch out where the Huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow. Good news, fellas, you found Lar. Bad news, he's trapped in a Looney Tunes gag. By the way, the saber-toothed Yeti here is played by Richard Mall, which just confirms my theory he spent most of the 80s covered in monster makeup, before he finally realized all he had to do was shave his head to get a decent paycheck. In any case, Three Stooges pratfall for your lives, fellas. It's time to go full... Meanwhile, Tala goes to see Tonda and tells him where Lana is. Huh. Well, I guess just passive-aggressively spreading catty rumors about her hadn't been invented yet. Great, Tonda found Lana, and the other tribesmen get to steal all the other women. You know, I think you might have made a mistake there, Tala. Well, there's only one thing that can save the others now, a weapons-making montage. Well, that and some more stop-motion dinosaurs. Ringo even goes into full Dino Rider mode here. What I like about this effect is they even animated Ringo's bottom half here, too. It's a little obvious watching the movie in HD, but hey, it still works. You know, if this part were just a tad less slapsticky, this could almost pass for an 80s Italian barbarian movie I'd feature on this channel. Alright, time for the final confrontation between Atuk and Tonda, but how's Atuk gonna defeat somebody who probably has hemorrhoids bigger than he is? Bold strategy hitting Tonda's feet with his stomach. Let's see if it works out for him. And hey, no fair, Lana. This isn't a tag team match.
Lana.
Oh, hey, look, Tala just invented the bitch slap. Of course, Atuk's got some tricks up his sleeve, too. First, he takes down Tonda using the David and Goliath method, then moves on to the hop-on-pop technique. And so, with Tonda defeated, Atuk is free to be with his one true love, which is apparently still Lana. Okay, well, that didn't work out. Maybe Avery Schreiber will give me a chance. I'm just kidding. Of course Ringo dumps Lana and ends up with Tala. And so, Atuk and Tala lived happily ever after. Well, for a while anyway. Like I said, Ringo did end up with Barbara Bach in real life. Unlike some other 80s parody flicks, Caveman wasn't a huge hit, but you know the drill by now. It found a second life on cable TV and at the video store. This one's definitely not as funny as stuff like Airplane or Mel Brooks' best work, but there is a certain goofball likability to it. It's one of those movies that's more cute than uproariously funny, although with all the stoner humor and shit jokes in here, part of me wonders if this wouldn't have worked better if it were raunchier and rated R. Like I mentioned, the most memorable thing about it are the stop-motion dinosaur effects, which are both fun and technically well done from a character standpoint. It's also got an interesting cast of both established stars and people who would become famous later. I can see why this movie didn't set the world on fire at the box office, but also got a bit of a following on video. But I will give it this, it is a hell of a lot better than Queen Kong. Well, that's all for now, but I've got a lot more planned for 2025. Until next time.